during slavery, post-slavery. We want to make sure that we are not doing anything that would further create a barrier for residents.
Get ready, gang, because that is going to be the left's line, and it's going to be fun to watch the left eat the left. And the truth is that the lack of understanding of basic human behavior by the media is pretty astonishing. And the willingness to believe the myth that the only people who are not vaccinating at this point are kooky Fox News watchers. That's also really weird. We'll get to that in just 1 second, because there is one, it's the clip of the day. Okay, it is from a Boston mayor. Her name is Kim Janey. Okay, she's the black interim mayor because she took the place of somebody who joined the Biden administration. And this black Democratic mayor of Boston is saying things about vaccine mandates that are significantly wilder than anything Republicans are saying, but I don't see Joe Biden attacking her. And there's a reason for that, and it's openly political. Now, you may have noticed that Joe Biden is attacking Ron DeSantis and Greg Abbott and only Republican governors. But what's weird is that there are some Democrats who are pretty darned hesitant about things like vaccine mandates and vaccine passports. One of those people is the current mayor of Boston, a woman named Kim Janey. She, of course, took over for the former mayor, Marty Walsh, who left to become Secretary of Labor under Joe Biden. She is currently running for a full term. And Kim Janey, she got pretty damn spicy about all of this. She got very, very angry, I think rightly so, about some of the vaccine mandate stuff. But she's using language that is very, I mean, when I say spicy, I'm talking about like she took out like the full package of pepper and just tossed it right on top of this. Here was Kim Janey, the mayor of Boston, a hardcore Democrat.
There's a long history in this country of people needing to show their papers during slavery, post-slavery, as recent as, what the immigrant population has to go through here. We heard Trump with the birth certificate nonsense. Here, we want to make sure that we are not doing anything that would further create a barrier for residents.
Okay, and this is my favorite. She says, anything that would further create a barrier for residents of Boston or disproportionately impact BIPOC communities. BIPOC communities are people of color. Okay, so she's now comparing vaccine passports to slavery. And that's what she's doing. And she's also saying that it disproportionately impacts black people. That's kind of an amazing statement. I don't see Joe Biden going after her. Right? Where is Joe Biden? Why isn't he saying, you need to get out of the way? Either do the right thing or get out of the way. Weird. He's not taking on the Democrat who's saying this, I noticed. Also, he is not. I've noticed very little from the Biden administration about how do you convince the disproportionate number of black people who have not gotten vaccinated to get vaccinated. And it's good. I've said before, I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch Bill de Blasio. And now they're talking about doing this in LA, by the way. Watch Bill de Blasio try to ban some 70% of black people from being able to go to restaurants. Because that's what the vaccine passport does. 70% of black people in New York City are not vaccinated. By far, the highest rate of non-vaccination among any demographic group in New York City. So what happens when suddenly black people can't go to restaurants and can't go to gyms and can't go to indoor spaces, can't go to a Yankee game? How does he think that's going to work out for him? The entire Democratic Party has forwarded the lie that disparate impact means that discrimination has taken place. So I could easily say something like, well, you know what? If it's a neutral rule, then whether it disproportionately impacts one group of people or not really makes no difference. It's a neutral rule, right? But Democrats don't have that foot to stand on. They can't say that. If Democrats were to acknowledge that personal behavior is responsible for its own consequences, then they couldn't make the case that they are constantly making about America's evil racism, which they're always blaming for every disparity in American life, from wealth and income inequality to single motherhood to drug abuse. Right? They're constantly attempting to chalk up every disparity in American life to systemic racism. So how do they run away from this one exactly? That's what I find so amusing here. When Kim Janey says that any policy that disproportionately impacts BIPOC communities must, of course, be discriminatory, and she's talking about vaccine passports, get ready, gang, because that is going to be the left's line, and it's going to be fun to watch the left eat the left. I hope you enjoyed that clip from The Ben Shapiro Show. If you did, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you stay up to date with all our future content.